coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love, man. Boom! I appreciate the support, man. Let's go, let's get it, man. Run it up for me, man. Run it up for us. Run it up for us. We on the road to 150K, man. Meet and greet gonna be in full effect. You dig? Let's go, let's get it, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Hype me up and like me up, man. That's the only way we can do it, man. Let's get in the algorithm, you dig? Listen, man. Crazy story, man. Listen, bro. I remember, man, when Youngblood made sure that Pops, man, would never get out of prison, man. He made sure that Pops would never get out of prison. This is why I tell y'all all the time, brother. There's nobody on the planet that can tell you when you go to prison when you gonna get out. If you gonna get out. There's nobody can do that. I don't care how much time you got, what your sentence is, if you got a release date, if you got a parole eligibility date, if you got a parole date, I don't care. Because what they don't know is from the day you go in till the day is scheduled for you to get out or to be considered for release, everything that happens in between that. Everything that happens in between that can cancel Christmas at any time. At any time. I've seen it happen multiple times. So you can go into prison, bro, and never come out. That is a very likely possibility. You understand? And people don't consider that. They say, oh, man, I got 8 years. I get out and such and such. Oh, I get up, man. I don't know. Don't think like that. Don't think like that. If you do think like that, don't verbalize that. You got to keep it in your mind that each and every day, I got to survive to get to the next day. To get to the next day. Even if your release date is tomorrow, you got to survive today, bro. Today, because tomorrow may never come. You did? And I done seen it. But this is why I say it's so hard, man, especially with these young dudes coming into prison and they just mess the whole system up because it's always been like that because you're going to have new people coming in all the time. And once you done been in the penitentiary and you done got older and you done got deep into your bit, man, it becomes even harder to get out because people who coming in don't know you. They don't know the work you put in. They don't know who you are. They just look at you and see that you older, see that you might not be physically in shape, and they'll think that you ain't nobody. But that could be the furthest thing from the truth. They never even consider this man been locked up this amount of time and ain't nothing wrong with him, even though he just old, but he ain't no punk, he ain't no snitch. How you think he got to that level? You see what I'm saying? They don't even consider that. They can't think past go. You understand? They go by what they see instead of what logic should tell them. They don't use logic. You understand? They deep in the game but got the rules missing. You need the rules to survive in prison, bro. You need to know the rules because you deep in the game. Once you're in the prison, you deep in the game. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter how old you is, what color you is, what you deep in the game. You need to know the rules. It's rules to this stuff, you know. And I can remember, man, probably like, I don't know when it's like 2000, 2001 or something, 2002 or something, whatever it was when they tricked me up off of the farm because they thought I was messing with the female and they could never really prove it. So they just gave me an emergency transfer and sent me back up to Augusta when I wasn't supposed to be on Augusta at all. I'm banned from Augusta from things that happened when I was there the first time. I don't supposed to be up there. I had issues with administration there. Some of these people that worked there years and years ago when I was first there, now they in power. You know, they majors, they wardens, they captains. So I don't even supposed to be on this joint. But in that flammery, that skullduggery, that larceny that they was running on me and wanted to get me off the institution so bad, they sent me up there. So if y'all go back and watch the stories that I talked about, as soon as I got up there, they pulled me to the administration and say, look, we know you don't supposed to be here. Just hold what you got. We're going to get you up off here. Don't get in those situations. We're going to get you up off here on the first thing smoking. And I think I ended up being there less than 30 days, but I did get up off of there. But when I was there, I ran into an old cat named Pop Jones, and Pop Jones had been locked up a long time. I had been around him on different institutions at different times. We didn't really like know him, but I knew of him. You know what I'm saying? And by this time, he probably been locked up probably 40 years or close to it. You know, in his mid 60s now. You know what I'm saying? He old, you know what I'm saying? You know, he long in the tooth. He old, trying to get out the penitentiary. And he got a possibility to get out the penitentiary. That's another thing that people probably don't know. You can go into prison with a life sentence. You can go in prison with life without parole. But if you live long enough, if you survive long enough, you still got a shot to get out of the penitentiary. At least in Virginia, I know. I don't know if it's like that everywhere else. Because they got a geriatric law. Meaning that once you turn 60, it's 60 or 65, I think it's 60. They have to give you consideration for release because of the financial burden on the state. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just holding this old guy. He ain't no threat to nobody. He's 78 years old, 69, or, you know, old, feeble, barely can walk in a wheelchair. They got to consider you for geriatric release. So even a person that doesn't have parole has an opportunity to make parole and get out if he lived long enough. That's the big if. You did. That's the big if. So by Pops being down almost 40 years, he had to be, you know, in consideration for a geriatric, and probably been up a couple of times. And they, you know, don't mean they got to give it to you, but they supposed to really consider you. So by the time I run into him again, like I say, he old, you know what I'm saying, and been down almost 40. So he, you know, probably got a shot because he done, you know, beat the cheat. You know, he done beat the cheat. He's still alive. We don't expect that. Still alive. He's still moving around. He old, but he moving around. So he could get out and still have some type of life. You know what I'm saying? Which is, any life is better than a life in the penitentiary. Any life is better than a life in captivity. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I say, with these youngins coming in, man, it's harder and harder to get out that penitentiary because they don't know and they're getting your way. And you have to move them. You know what I'm saying? Deep in the game, we got the rules missing. They got cell etiquette missing. You need that. You need that, especially being in the cell with a convict. Especially being in the cell with somebody who know how to do time. You need cell etiquette, bro, because you'll get hurt. You'll get late because you in that cell doing stuff and you disturbing somebody's peace. That hut, that cell, that's your sanctuary. That's when you get away from all the chaos that's on the other side of that door. That's when you can sit back and relax. You don't have to feel so threatened. You don't have to have your anxiety up so much that something might get ready to pop off. Because can't nothing pop off but in that cell with whoever is in there. So your anxiety is subsided a little bit. But when you got somebody in there that don't got no cell etiquette, they want to be spitting in the sink and pissing it without flushing the toilet, pissing all on the toilet rim, you know, stuff like that. You know, you it's gonna get you outside, man. They don't want to hit that shower. They don't want to get in that water like some sharks in there or something. You know, they stinking like a Lincoln up in there. You know, that type of stuff right there, it's gonna make you want to say something. And then it depends on the person responds. You might want to do something. You know what I'm saying? So this is the issues you come across when you get older in the penitentiary, because they'll put anybody in the cell with you, and you try to run them up out of there, you going to jail, and you gonna get a case. So when I get there, you know, Pop Jones is there, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, boom, you know, speak to him or whatever, but he in there, and he dealing with this issue, because he got a youngin in there, youngin, probably 22, 23 years old, but he a Viking. He a straight Viking, dog. What is a Viking? That's one of them jokers that ain't got nothing, man. He just running around. He got state boots on, state jeans on, state shirt on, all wrinkled, unkept. I don't want to cut his hair. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody sending him nothing. He probably was on the street, you know, pooping on people in his family. That's why he don't get nothing. All he want to do is run around and try to smoke some reefer, get some reefer, smoke the reefer, and ain't got no money. So, you know what I'm saying? He got to hustle, do this, flam, and scam just so he can smoke reefer. You dig? if he touching a little money with some state checks or something, you spending that on reefer, so he can't eat no commissary. So what he gotta do? Go over there to that kitchen, be a tray monster, eat everything they get, eat everybody extras. Let me get that off your tray. You ain't gonna eat one of them bammers. You know what I'm saying? One of them bammers. He got one of them in his cell. You know, and he a Viking in that cell. You know, he ain't flushing that toilet like he's supposed to. He climbing up on that bed, getting up in there like a fireman. What's a fireman? He sleep ready to roll. You know how the fireman got to stay dressed and ready because he might have to get out at any time. That's how he sleep. Bro, he climbing up on that bed with his full outfit on, even his boots. Now, anybody who been doing time, which hopefully you have, you know what I'm talking about, bro. That bottom bunk catch all debris that's falling down off the top. So dudes are coming, they said, had their bed made all neat, cleaned up, wiped off. Man, dudes is immaculate in there. Some dudes is immaculate. You dig? And they see all the debris on it, they wiping their bed off and stuff. They mad because they know it come from the top bunk. Whatever you got up there coming down here, put a lot of stuff under your mattress, it's gonna fall down. It got holes in the joint. It's gonna fall down on the bottom bunk. So you gotta have some type of cleanliness about yourself. And this is an uncut no-no, bro, to get up on that top bunk, man, with your slippers on, let alone your boots, your shoes, all that stuff coming down on the bottom bunk, bro. And he said this how this dude was living, and he telling the Youngblood, hey, man, you can't be getting up there with your boots, man, all the stuff falling on my bed. But he telling him like, but I'm doing my time, man. You can't tell me how to do time the whole time. I'm doing my time, man. I do my time. I won't bother you. Won't. He ain't got nothing. Ain't got no TV, no radio, no fan, no nothing. None of the necessities that you need to live somewhat comfortable in your hut. He ain't got none of that. And then you don't even want to take advice. You laying up on the top bunk looking down at my TV because you ain't got nothing, and you up here with some boots on. And I guess in Pop's eyes, he looking at it like, I'm trying to tell his young, he probably feel like he ain't physically capable of dealing with Youngblood. Youngblood, young and cold Bama and dirty and nasty, but he probably stronger than him, probably more agile than him, probably definitely got more wind than him. So Pop's probably feeling like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't really got no wins. And then this Bama being hard-headed and don't want to even listen. You know what I'm saying? So on the other end, the Bama young boy probably feel like, man, I ain't fighting that Pop. I'm gonna do what I want to do. He ain't, what he gonna do to me? He can't do nothing to me. And then one of the worst things you could possibly do, bro, is to be up on that top bunk with your boots on, your shoes on, your slippers on, and you hang your feet over the edge of that bunk, man. Come on, bro. That means your feet is hanging down where I live, where I sleep, where I lay my head. So if I'm laying down and I look and your feet is hanging down here, man, come on, bro. That's total disrespect, bro. Cell etiquette will tell you that. Prison cell etiquette. You out of pocket, bro. You all the way out of pocket. You darn right being disrespectful. So Pop said he done spoke to him about that a couple. He still keep doing it. Dirty boots, you'd have been all out walking on the yard and all this, and I'm sitting in here. I might want to eat. You got to eat on your bunk in your cell, and I got to look at your feet hanging down, man. Even if you ain't got no boots on, no shower shoes, I don't want to see your feet hanging in front of me, man. What is wrong with you, man? Listen, bro. So he said he kept doing it. He talking to him. He don't want to take heed. So I guess he got to the point, man, he tired of it. And I guess he figured he couldn't really, like say, get through to him. And I think he don't want no real head-to-head, combat with the little youngin', which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? Dudes in the prison move smart, man. You don't move with ego. You move with ego, you end up in the graveyard with some dirt on top of you. You did? You got to move strategically. You got to move smart. If you can't win this way, you can always win that way. It's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? It's more than one way to swing a bat. You heard me. That's a fact. So, guess it got to the point where he say dude was being just totally disrespectful, man, and just kept doing it and kept, pissing all on it. Man, that's really nasty, bro. It's one toilet in there, bro. We both got to use it. So it's both our obligation to keep that junk clean and at bare minimum, clean up behind yourself. You did? And I done had issues with dudes like this too, and I got zero tolerance for that. Zero. You gonna get up out of there by way of being carried or walking. You getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. So I guess it came to a head with Pops, man, and said Bama came in there one day, he jumped up on the bunk, and after being on the gate hollering at the homeboy, oh, yeah. You was just out here all day, and then you gonna come in the cell and get on the gate and holler and talk to somebody that you just was out there with, talking to, that you gonna see when the doors open and go back out, and you gonna disturb the peace in here, be hollering. What if I'm watching TV? What if I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's this little stuff like this irk you in the penitentiary. So he say, do that, jump up on the bunk with his boots on, you know, and I guess he laying down there, that Pops already disturbed, and then to add insult to injury, he'll hang his joints over like he's sitting up there and then doing something, and then your feet just hanging down all up in front of somebody's face. Man. See, y'all don't know. If you know, you know. So I guess it got to Pops so much, man. So Pops slid right on over on his bunk, feet hanging down right here, you know. So that means you sitting on the top bunk like this. They said Pop hooked both of his feet and pulled them. And Youngin came down up off of that bunk face first into that concrete, bro. Bust his whole face open, split his head open, knocked all his teeth out, and he just laying down there, blood everywhere. Teeth all on the floor, blood all on the floor, and Pops just get up and go to the door. Bang, 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 bang on the door. Hey, what's going on? Hey, man, come on to the cell, come to the cell. Call the people, come get him. They had to come get him. Man. They get up there, man. What happened? Hey. He fell out the bunk, man. He fell out the bunk. You know what I'm saying? But they ended up giving Pops the joint, because when dude go to the hospital, which he had to go to the outside hospital, man, he fractured his skull and everything. And when he unconscious, when he get consciousness, he tell on Pops, bro. He tell on Pops, bro. He say Pops grabbed his feet and pulled him off the bunk. He tell on Pops. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, they deep in the game, got the rules missing, man. Even if you take, and I know y'all out there in the free world, you good civilians, you good at two shoes. You probably say, man, he did me like that too, I'm going to tell on too. Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that, bro. You can't do it. That's against the rules. You got to take what comes to you, man, however it comes to you. And in his situation, he asked for it. But you got to take that. You know what I'm saying? And try to get you some get back if you can get it. If you can get it, if you got to chase him to the ends of the earth, that's what you do. But you don't tell. He told on Pops, man. Man, they locked Pops up, man. They try to get Pops attempted murder charge. Attempted murder charge, bro. After you done been in the penitentiary for 40 years, you 60-something years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know for sure, but I heard the charge got reduced down, but they gave him like a malicious wound joint. That's 20 years, bro. That 20 flat more years on top. Pops is locked in. He ain't gonna see the streets no more. Youngblood made sure Pops will never see the streets no more. Now, they say he bust up. Just say he messed up, teeth messed up, face caved in. He, you know what I'm saying, got walking problems. He messed up for life, for sure. All over not listening, all over not knowing what's going on in the penitentiary, all over underestimating the old guy. Yeah, I could whoop him. That's what you think? That's what you think? That's what you going on in the penitentiary? I could whoop him. But you got to need more than that in the penitentiary. So if you know you could whoop him, you think he don't know you could whoop him? He must have knew you could whoop him. That's why he jerked your feet up off that bed, bro. He knew you could whoop him. So people ain't gonna do, it ain't cut and dry like that. Like, oh, I could beat him. Oh, I'm bigger than him. I'm stronger than him. I ain't worried about him. Now, you need to worry about everybody in the penitentiary. Everybody. If you feel like it's obvious you could whoop him, what you think? He don't know that? You think he don't know? So he might be got an equalizer, bro. He might got another way of dealing with you. He might got another way of dealing with you. He might jerk your feet off the bunk. He might put something. He know that. I don't know why people don't think like that. That's how I think. I ain't underestimating nobody when I'm in that penitentiary. I ain't underestimating nobody out here. Anybody can kill you, man. Anybody can take you down, bro. If you let them, if you sleep on them, if you underestimate them, if you overlook them, they can take you down, bro. And Youngblood is messed up for life, too. But at the same time, he took Pop freedom forever. Pops ain't getting out no penitentiary. He still right there if he's still alive, God willing. You know what I'm saying? God willing. So he probably still alive. If he's still alive, he's still in the penitentiary. Had made parole yet. Don't know how much time he had, but you get a dub, you doing a dub straight. So you talking about this is like early 2000s, early 20, what is it, 2000, no, this 2002, 2000, something like that. So what is it, 2026? I don't know. That's a long time ago, but he, you know what I'm saying? Just the case alone, if he is going up for parole, they keep turning him down. Even after he done knocked the dove off flat. Then you got to think 60-something. That's 80-something years old, bro. That's 80-something years old. Then you got to go back to trying to make parole from your original bit. Who living that long? Then what type of, let's just say, for instance, he alive. You talking about 90-something years old. You talking about what's your quality of life coming out here? If you can get out here. Yeah, man. So it's just little things like that, man, that you don't see, that you don't plan for, that you don't anticipate. It change your whole bit, man. That's why when you go in, don't nobody know if you coming out. And even Youngblood, I don't know how much time he had, but I know if he ever do get out, his whole life, quality of life has been changed. It's been changed. You got a bashed in head. You ain't got no teeth as a young man. Face messed up. You did? That ain't gonna change. You see what I'm saying? Inside or outside. So crazy work like that, man. But I felt bad for Pops, and I didn't even know him that good. But I felt bad for him because I knew he ain't getting out of penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. And he had already survived almost 40 years and got a shot. You got a glimmer. You got a, you know what I'm saying? You got a slither that I might can get through this joint. That's gone. It took it away. You know. One incident, one hard head, one youngin' took it away from me. Just like that. Anyway, man, penitentiary life, man. Y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. Big love, TBP Nation, man. Talk to me quick before I forget. Let's get up on top of this, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Hype me up, like me up, man. Get at me, man. Salute, man. We out of here.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.